So I came across a clip the other day where I heard Gervonta Tank Davis talk about holding off on getting therapy until he retired because he didn't want it to extinguish his fire. He believed that what makes him a good fighter is his anger that is fueled by his trauma, his very tumultuous upbringing. And I want to challenge Tank on this. I hope this video reaches you, Tank. I think you got it all twisted, bro. I think therapy would make you an even more explosive fighter. And I want to take the opportunity in this video to talk about why.
That's why I don't want to box no more. You know what I mean? Because I feel as though, like, I want to do therapy, right? But I feel as though if I do therapy, it will lose the fire that I have inside me, you know? So
maybe not.
So this was the original interview. He says that this, you know, it would extinguish his fire. So as a man who's done years of therapy at this point, I used to have the same fear. I used to think that if I heal, right, it's going to change my personality. It's going to change my drive, right? But what it did was, amongst many other things, it took me out of this survival mode. It helped me to soften my heart so that I can do things from the right place, like so I can be fueled by the right energy. The fuel of anger and fear and resentment, right? And whether you're trying to lose weight, right? Originally, my fuel to lose weight was I wanted to prove my ex wrong because she told me I was going to be fat, lazy, and broke. But that fuel is only going to take you but so far, because eventually what happens is if you're fueled by fear, if you're fueled by anger, if you're fueled by trauma, eventually that's going to drive you right into a wall. And it gets to the point where you may achieve things, but it's at the detriment of your own mental health, your emotional health, your physical health. Whereas when you address these things and you heal them in therapy, you can then intentionally harness them, right? You can understand what's going on so you can still achieve the same goals, but you're just using a different type of fuel. You're doing it from a place of understanding, from a place of clarity versus this place of like, I'm just fucking grinding because, you know, I'm in survival mode or because I got a point to prove or any of these like low vibrational, you know, energy sources. You clear that up. And it changes you. It changes you. It doesn't make you less of a fighter or less of a businessman or less of a whatever it is that you want to pursue. It just allows you to do it from a place of clarity, a place of wholeness, a place of wisdom, you know, versus, you know, all of the negative that comes from, you know, what I'm hearing Tank describe as fire. It's not going to extinguish his fire. It's going to eliminate all of the past bullshit that we all carry as men. It's going to help you release that baggage and make you feel lighter. And then you can still have that fire, but you're doing it from a healthy mindset, right? You're doing it from a healthy place, a place of clarity, a place of purpose.
How did you come to that realization that you felt like you needed therapy? And what do you want to get out of therapy?
See, at first I thought it was
And we can take a break.
a religion.
And then we can get them away from
You know what I mean? But it just, it's like, I don't know. It just, it's stuff that I catch myself doing.
First of all, Gervonta isn't the best at articulating his thoughts. I know he's a brilliant dude, but I love how he's taking his time. He's allowing himself to find the words because, for one, I want to acknowledge how courageous he is to even talk about this shit on a public forum. This is something that these guys, these boxers with these tough guys' identity, it's almost been this narrative where if you reveal any sort of weakness or anything that you're struggling with, that it somehow makes you a pussy or it somehow makes you weak. And I love that he's even having these conversations, you know, even while he's struggling to find the words.
It's stuff that I catch myself doing, and I would do it, and then I go back and correct myself.
All right, I want to talk about that real quick. So he says it's things he'll catch himself doing, and then he'll reflect, and then he want to correct himself. Now, this is what he's talking about is self-awareness, right? Is being aware of your own behaviors, your own choices, and where certain reactions may come from inside of you. So he's developing that awareness of himself, and it's inspiring him to want to be better, because a lot of us, we have these blind spots. We don't actually see, you know, when we snap at the kids, we don't see that that's connected to the fact that we're not happy with ourselves in some way, whether it's our, you know, our physical bodies, right? We may be resentful towards ourselves, and, you know, it causes us to be impatient with our children. A lot of us can't see that stuff because we're not willing to look at ourselves in this honest way. So shout out to Tank for even making strides in that direction, being able to acknowledge his behaviors and reflect and notice when he needs to make some adjustments. That's big. That's big boy shit right there.
You know what I'm saying? I be like, if look, I didn't have this in me, it wouldn't have happened, you know? Like, I wouldn't have snapped.
So what I'm hearing him say is, he said, if I didn't have this in me, and what I'm assuming he's talking about is some of the trauma that he carries from past experiences, whether that be in his childhood or growing up in the mean streets of Baltimore. You know, he relates some of the hardships to how he may show up in moments with his daughters, or where he may snap on his staff, or whatever the case may be. This is real maturity right here. Having that ability to introspect and then also check yourself. This is big growth right here.
I wouldn't have, like, with the mean side in me. Or I can handle it a better way than the way I went about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got kids now, so I don't want to snap on my daughter, not knowing, and just out of anger, I don't want to do that. So I feel though if I can remove everything and work on myself, like going back to school, getting therapy, and you know, moving on, like getting my business stuff in order, I think though like that would change me as a man. I think though that would build me more than a boxer.
Let me know in the comment section if you personally have done therapy. I'm personally an advocate for therapy. I love that men like Tank and other people in the entertainment and sports industry are coming out and talking about this stuff. Mental health is so important, guys. And a lot of us who deal with weight management issues, most of the time it's directly connected to past trauma, you know, some sort of mental health issue that contributes to us abusing food and abusing our bodies. So I advise everyone to take a look at, you know, how past trauma or things that need to be addressed in therapy could be affecting your weight loss journey. All right. I wrote a book. It's called the AI Weight Loss Playbook. This book is designed to help you use artificial intelligence in order to make your weight loss process easier. It's an amazing resource. I'm extremely proud of this book. Click the link in the description. It's the best $20-something you will ever spend, and take advantage of that right now. Let me know in the comment section if you guys have any other topics, any other reactions that you guys want me to do. I love taking the opportunity to talk about these very important topics. And as always, remember, the body that you want is owned by a higher version of yourself. So evolve. Peace.